Hello, folks. Hello. Welcome. I don't have my phone stand today, so I'm just going to be holding it. I'm in a hotel. So glad you're here. So glad you're joining us. Hello, hello. I don't know if I know who this is, but so glad to see you. Hello. Hi, folks. If people want to say their first name and where they're from, that would be awesome. I'd love that. I am currently in Texas in this like wild behemoth of a conference center. So again, feel free if you like to just put in your name and where you're from. And we will start in about 5 minutes, and I'm really looking forward. Hello, Obe. Did I pronounce your name? Is it Obe? From the UK in Windsor. Hello, hello, folks. Welcome, welcome. Oh, good. I'm glad I pronounced it right, Obe. Welcome. Folks, feel free to say your first name and then say where you're from. That would be wonderful. I'm looking very forward to this. Oh, I see the hearts. I appreciate them. Hello, welcome. I just want to say some people like to actually have like something to take notes. Maria Elena. Hi, Maria Elena. From Massachusetts. Yeah, some people like to take notes on their inner mentor message, but it's not necessary. Massachusetts, Windsor, UK. Anyone else want to say their name and where they're from? No obligation. But I will say that when we do the meditation afterwards, I love it when people share the messages, the inner messages of guidance that they get. But don't feel obligated. Most people actually don't share it, and that's fine too. But I really enjoy it when people do. Julia, hi. New York City. Good old New York City. What's the weather like there now? I have never been to Dallas before. My husband has a conference. He's a financial advisor, and he has a conference here. So it's this like behemoth wild hotel with like waterfalls indoors in the atrium and all that kind of stuff. And I've just been learning about Dallas. We went to the Overcast. It's a little overcast here too, but pretty. We discovered this area called the Bishop Arts District in Dallas. Oh man, it's a really magical part of the city, full of like very small, wonderful places and bookstores, and just really very unique and nice. We are starting in a minute, folks. So get comfortable. Acknowledge yourself for being here and taking the time to do this. I'm trying to hold my phone out a little bit because I'm holding it with my hand because I don't have my little phone holder thing. So happy to be doing this with you, this inner mentor process. Please feel free to tell your friends, let people know about this, so we can kind of grow. I just started this so that we can grow a vibrant community of people practicing together once a week. Okay, dear folks, let's start. Sorry, can you all hear me okay? If somebody could just give me some hearts to let me know that they hear me okay, that would be great. Or if not, let me know that you don't hear me okay. But I'm assuming folks hear me okay. Yes, okay, beautiful. Thank you so much, Marielena. Appreciate it. Great. Okay, dear folks, let us begin right now. So this is the wonderful inner mentor process, and it's filled with surprises. And one of the surprises is how incredibly easy it can be to get beautiful messages of healing, guidance, like the real thing, like you feel it and you know, oh, this is somebody who knew me really well and truly loved me and wanted the best for me. This is the kind of thing that they would say to me. And this process somehow gives us access to those messages, and those messages change everything. They make us braver. They soothe our hearts. They make us feel aligned. And then I've said this before, one of the Sufi words for God in the Sufi tradition is the spirit of guidance. And you feel that when you do this many times. You feel, oh, that's the spirit of guidance. And it's a beautiful thing that we can have access to that. So let's dive in right now. We're going to begin this process. And the theme this week is going to be the theme of a healing sense of personal power. Not power over other people, but that rich and beautiful feeling of being aligned with both goodness and power. And it's your power, and it's power moving through you, but it has a quality of goodness to it, and you feel it, and it feels very alive. That's what we're going to be tuning into. So let's have some fun, and let's do this right now. Oh, okay. So close your eyes. And just take a couple breaths to relax. It's like inhaling peace. And then when you exhale, you just rest. Or inhaling life or energy or light, whatever feels right to you on every inhale. And then the exhale, you just rest. And just take a few breaths doing that. A self-soothing practice in its own right. And now I'd like you to take a moment and think of a memory of a time that you felt really alive in your body. Really alive in your body. Like it could have been a time that you were dancing. It could have been a time that you were hiking, um, scrambling up a hill or down a hill. It could have been a time that you were a kid and you were like running up and down snow mounds or anything. But just a memory of a time that you felt very alive, like gorgeously, joyfully alive in your body. And just remember what that was like. You don't have to hold it too tight. You don't have to squeeze it. Just hold it in a really gentle way. This memory of feeling really fabulously alive in your body and what that felt like. Good. And just let that kind of ripple around for you. And now I'd like you to remember a time that you felt responsible for something really significant. A child's life, the well-being of someone that you loved, and a time that you felt like you were there for that, you were there for them. You really showed up. Now, it doesn't mean that you did it perfectly, but it means essentially you did it. Remember what that was like to kind of be empowered in offering service to someone. And don't worry about getting the exact memory, but just in a gentle way, how did it feel when you were really, truly being useful? You knew you were needed and you were there. Like, remember what that felt like in your body and your heart. And remember a time when life asked you to be strong. Life somehow asked you to be strong. There was something hard that you had to do, and you did it. Maybe it was coming out. Maybe it was finishing school or going to school or admitting something really vulnerable to someone you loved, or saying yes to love, but a time that like you had to do something brave and you did it. And here's a good one. Was there ever a time that your intuition told you something? And maybe the people around you didn't know it or didn't get it, but you felt it, you knew it, you got it, your intuition was guiding you. And later on, you realized that you were right to feel that way, that was actually your intuition, and how that felt. All of these different feelings that are like facets and ripples of being in your own beautiful power. Maybe a time in love that your walls came down and you were able to be kind of really free and really alive. And that's a very, very, very powerful thing, to not feel blocked. That's a personal power place. And now, I'd like you to think about a way that life is asking you to be in your beautiful power. To take something on, to make a choice, to make a commitment, to live more deeply from your soul, whatever that is. Like, think for a moment about like what life is asking of you now that takes bravery, that takes courage. And now, I would like you to just take all these feelings together of all those times that you felt alive and enthusiastic or empowered or brave or giving, connected to yourself. A time that you felt that, or take all these times that you felt that, and just let them kind of ripple around in your heart. And now, imagine a you who lives in a gentle, self-loving way from that power. Imagine that you, who lives from the heart and the soul of your own power, that lets your heart be the powerful, powerful generator that it is. Just imagine, it's a fantasy exercise. Imagine that you, that baby, that you lives there. Just imagine that you. What does this person's face look like? What do the eyes show? What's in this person's heart? Just imagine that, fantasize that. It's the you that you're meant to be. It's you in your potential greatness. It's you saying yes to the beautiful, beautiful invitations that life is offering you and that a higher life is offering you. It's a you that says yes, yes, yes to that. Just picture that you. Just picture that you. The eyes, the heart. And now, just imagine stepping inside that you. A fantasy exercise. You don't have to earn it. You don't have to be there. It's just a delicious imagination exercise. Slipping into a piece of clothing that was made for you, because it is you. It's just one that maybe you haven't worn that fully yet. But now you're going to slip into it. And you're going to be clothed in this space of essence of wise, empowered you. It's an imagination, but it's not totally an imagination because this is you. This is you. So feel into that. Feel the warm heart of that. And now, from this place, you're like the wise parent. You're like the angel. You're like the older sibling. You're the inner mentor. Looking at the you of today right now. And if nobody's listening, do this out loud. Or you could write it, or you could whisper it, or just say it to yourself. But from this place, looking at the you of today, but you're doing it from the place of this fully evolved, beautiful essence of empowered you. Look at the you of today and call out guidance. Help the you of today get here to this you. Just see what guidance comes out of your heart when you look at the you of today with love. What do you want to say? Say those words. Give yourself a couple minutes to let the words kind of pour out of you. Just keep letting the words come. Beautiful. Take a moment more. And now, hold out your arms and let the you of today enter into your arms and hold him or her or them. And now you get the gorgeous experience of a mutual hug between you and your inner mentor. Let yourself taste what it's like to hug the you of today from this wiser, loving parent space, and what it's like to be hugged by the you that you're becoming. How wonderful that is. Let yourself just have that joy for a moment. Good. And know that you are connected to this inner mentor. You could do this 50 times a day. The more you do it, the more amazing you'll become. And not only the more amazing you'll become, the more close you will become to being that you. The more you do this, the more you build this beautiful friendship, the closer and the quicker you will become that you, which is a fabulous, fabulous thing. So now, I want you to just take a minute, take that message and realize like, wow, this is a beautiful message from forged in the furnaces of your soul self, your ancient self, your wise self, your loving self, your playful self. And just think about what it would be like if you lived that message. Like just this week, you played with that message. You experimented with it. You took brave steps. You let it become yours. Just imagine what that would be like. And just hold that message close to your heart for a moment. Like you would hold a beautiful letter from someone you really love. Just pressing it to your heart. Because the more you love this message, the more you will become this you. Just hold it to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and let it go. Just take a minute to feel the ripples of this and to picture a week ahead where you love this insight, where you live this part of you, where you play and be playful with this amazing, sweet part of you and the insights it gives you. And I guess think for a moment, very moving for me to think about this, about the joy that this would give the people you love. The joy that the people you love, the animals you love, would have if you get to play and live and be grounded in this place. Just think about that for a moment. Okay, folks, just keep this in your heart. We have done the inner mentor process, but now I'd love to hear if anybody, we just have a few minutes left, if anybody is willing to share what their message was. Or even if not what their message was, what your experience was doing this. What felt good about it, what maybe felt difficult. If you have any questions for me, I'm here for that. Or if you just want to share it. I see hearts. Don't be shy, folks. Share anything you would like. I'm hoping this becomes a community where we get to meet every week and speak our messages and share our messages with each other. Hello, new folks who just came. My Epic Living says it was a beautiful experience. I'm so sorry, folks. There was a bit of a connection problem there. Oh, I love this one. It's not prideful to be proud. Move through this week with your head up. Be gentlemen with yourself. Be loving. Such great messages. Be gentle. Be gentle with yourself. Be loving. Yeah, that's a message that is like maybe one of the basic, most universal messages that we get from doing this process. These are wonderful, wonderful things. Any questions, anybody? Any other reflections? My future me held me right. She was wearing yellow. Oh, I love when colors and outfits come out, and she was glowing and happy. She held you right. She was wearing yellow, and she was glowing and happy. Held me tight. I was wondering, but I wanted to read what your word was. Held me tight, and she was wearing yellow, and she was glowing and happy. I want you, my Epic Living, to take that joy and hold that to your heart, because that is your native joy. That is your native joy. Okay, dear folks, any last comments before we close? I want to invite you a few things. One is I'm actually twice a year I start a 6-month intensive, which is an amazing experience. It's a group of 12 pretty incredible people who meet regularly with me and work with me over a period of half a year to transform their search for love and their intimacy life. And you could just go to deeperdatingintensive.com, and if it feels like it might be a match for you, you can sign up for a free exploratory meeting with me. These groups are amazing. They're such an incredible privilege to do. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Obe, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let your friends know, and I hope to see you here next Wednesday. We will have some fun with a new inner mentor process with a different theme. So love to all of you, and thank you all so much.